So since coffee is a trend amongst filmmakers on YouTube and also B-roll is a thing, I decided to as well combine these two things and make a cinematic coffee B-roll fake ad video reference. I uploaded this single video a few days ago, but in case you haven't watched it, here you can see it again. Pretty cool, huh? So now I'm going to give you some tips on what goes into shooting something like that. The first important thing that I really often see people forget, and this has really nothing to do much with the filmmaking itself, is clean everything. You don't want to have fingerprints, you want to have nice and shiny products, so clean your stuff before you shoot it. Especially if you have reflecting surfaces or shiny stuff like this coffee machine. Also, I shot this entire clip handheld. I wouldn't recommend using a gimbal for this. Don't get me wrong, gimbals are great, but everything will be smooth anyways because we're gonna shoot it in slow motion, and you can also apply some stabilization in the editing. Like for example, if you're using Final Cut like me, the stabilization is great, but also if you're using Premiere Pro or After Effects, the warp stabilizer is a great tool to use to stabilize your footage. For some shots, gimbals can be nice, but I think when you're making product videos or shooting tiny moving objects, you just have more control over the camera when you're shooting handheld. But if you're, for example, using something like a probe lens, I would recommend using a slider. But if you're using a probe lens, you probably know what you're doing anyway, so that's that. Probably. You should know that. Also, of course, to make a cinematic video, you should have good lighting. That's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. We went for a moody look with 1 to 2 lights. Originally, we wanted to do it with a softbox, but it flickered because of the power outlets, I guess. So I used my battery-powered newer LED lights, which you can find a link to them down in the description. But lighting is a whole other topic that deserves one, if not many other videos. Also, audio is important, like for real, with these types of videos, even more than with other types of videos. And I'm not just talking about the sounds that you record on set, which you should do, but also about the music choice. It's best if you choose the music even before shooting, so you can structure the video around the song or around the music and you have even more flow in the video. I would recommend Artlist because I use it myself. You can register with my link down below in the description, but there are of course many other great sources for great audio stuff on the internet. Also sound effects, I'm talking whooshes, hits, risers, everything that you can use to emphasize the motion or stuff happening in your video. You can also get great sound effects over on Artlist. In the description. One more important thing for more flow in your videos is in-camera transitions. Of course, with these types of videos you want to have in-camera transitions and you have to plan some of them in advance. There's no shame in planning a video before you shoot it. I love the run and gun style as well, but with these types of videos a bit of pre-production planning is required to make it flow. Go through the entire process of what it is that you're filming, like for example preparing coffee or cooking something before shooting, so you can plan where you maybe want to add a transition in camera or in the editing. Also speed ramps, of course you want to speed ramp your clips with these types of videos. Sometimes it needs to be faster, sometimes it needs to be slower. If you speed ramp your video, please don't just cut it and increase the speed, but use keyframes or whatever it is in your video editing software to create a smooth transition from fast to slow back to fast again. If you want more details about that, I have a whole video about my speed ramping process inside of Final Cut Pro, which you can watch by clicking right up here. And also please put motion blur on your speed ramps. And that's already it from this video. I really hope my lights went off. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch more videos, you can find the speed ramping video right here, and you can find the coffee b-roll video right here, but there is no point in watching it because you already have watched it once or twice if you watched this video until now. And you can subscribe right here, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Speed ramping my hand coming into the camera.